Hey, everybody. This is like a special edition of Writing Daily. What I'm doing is I'm actually creating a video for an audience of one person. That person is Denise. This is somebody I've actually never met. I've seen from across a room, but I kind of promised myself that I would introduce myself in an unusual way and have a little bit of fun. But I thought it actually might be beneficial to the writers out there. So the long story short is this person has a show that I actually am open to the prospect of getting on. I would like to get on it. And I thought, well, I didn't meet her at the event I went to this last week. So I thought, well, why don't I just read her a page from a book? So that's what I'm going to do. If she doesn't like it, I hope she doesn't want to kill me or something, but I didn't give her last name or so. Anyway, so the setup of the book is this. This is the last time that I see my father. I think during the last event I was kind of amusing. This is probably a little bit less so. And so I figured I would just read a page and see if it's a fit or something that would be amusing for her in the future. And if nothing else, then you can say, oh, well, here's an idea that I may throw against the wall if I'm trying to get in the door of some place, so we can all share in whatever this is. You will notice that there's something in front of me. And by the way, if you like this, like it a lot. So that would be of benefit to me. So the story is I've just picked up my father, and he has brought a gift for me, and it's the first time I've seen him in several years. So we talked as if nothing had changed, although it had. He had disappeared one too many times, and I was exhausted from it all. I had moved on with my life without him. Without getting up from the couch, he reached over and grabbed the elephant by the trunk and handed it to me. "I want you to have this," he said. It was awkwardly shaped with huge ears that fanned out, and its trunk curled in front of its tusked face. I felt its weight and coldness. "What am I supposed to do with this?" "What are you, weird? It's from Africa," he said. "It's not from Africa." I said, "It's swap meet fodder." To an outsider, this may have sounded harsh, but Dad smiled, the first smile I'd seen since I picked him up. "Well, maybe not the real Africa. Take it. It weighs a ton. You should get it melted down and make something else out of it, like a gazelle." Then he laughed to himself. We chatted about nothing important. I never asked him questions like, "Where have you been for the last few years? Do you own a telephone?" I had already asked him questions like this many times. He would only answer, "Your old man's like the wind," or some other bullshit fortune cookie answer. I sat there with the elephant in my lap and rocked in the rocking chair across from him until he let out a snore. I watched him for a minute debating. Was he as pathetic as I thought he was? Was he worthy of my compassion? He wanted something, probably money, which I would eventually give him. I put the elephant down in the middle of the room, then I went to sleep. In the morning, he could have eased into it, but instead he got right to the point of his visit. "Your old man needs a car," he blurted with coffee and cigarette breath. He then began to describe my old car, the car that I had just towed away by a charity that fulfills wishes for dying children. It had been sitting in the driveway for months, collecting a layer of gray dust. I had no money to get it fixed and couldn't justify keeping it around any longer. I apologized with a tinge of undeserved guilt and told him I would buy him a great steak dinner, something with lots of butter, when I got home from work. I felt as though I had let him down again, as if I had rejected him. I showed him how to use the remote, kissed him, and gave him a 20 and the spare key to the front door. I came home that evening to find the front door wide open. His 2 suitcases were gone, as were half the groceries from my fridge. The sheets on the couch were rolled into a ball, and he forgot to leave my key or a note. He forgot to take the brass elephant, which still sat in the middle of the room. Still, I was relieved. He died within the year. Had I known it would be the last time I would see him, I would not have changed the locks. Anyway, this is my little story. a tiny portion of it. And so, Denise, there we go. Hopefully maybe we can talk in the future. And if nothing else, if you're ever in a bind, think of me. And that's it. This is Devin Galaudet. As always, if you like it, click the like button, follow me on Facebook and Twitter and all those kind of good things. And I am looking forward. Oh, hey, Kat, it's good to see you. It's always a pleasure. And so, this may be my tomorrow video tonight because I'm reaching out to a bunch of people. Anyway, everybody keep writing daily, keep putting yourself out there, and keep working on your craft and writing on a daily basis. This is how I'm doing it tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.